You know, there are about a handful of people on the globe that write original music. And we're lucky enough to have a gentleman with us tonight that has written a piece for us, for the Tidewater Winds, titled The Tidewater March. I want to tell you a little bit about how it came to be. About a year ago, I think it was here at 24th Street Stage, as a matter of fact, Dr. Chris Palestrant had been coming to a couple of our concerts, visiting some of his friends here in the band, and he approached me after one of the concerts and asked me if we ever did any original music, ever did any commissions, and I said, well, you know, we do. I love to do original works, and I've commissioned several pieces, but our budget at this point just not possible. And he goes, okay, that's fine. He says, I want to do it anyway. I want to write a piece for the Tidewater Winds. And so I'd like to have Dr. Chris Palestrant come up and tell you a little bit about this piece and how it came to be. So if you would, please with me, welcome to the stage, Dr. Chris Palestrant.
Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Don't they sound fantastic tonight? I love summer. I am a big movie buff. Are there any movie buffs out in the audience there? Yeah, I thought so. Have you ever noticed that the greatest characters in movies, the most iconic ones, are the ones that have their own theme? I mean, would Darth Vader really be so intimidating without those trombones behind him? Or take Robin Hood, the classic one with Errol Flynn. Would he be so dashing without Korngold's trumpets? Or perhaps Benjamin Martin, the character that you just heard, played by Mel Gibson in The Patriot, would he be as good without that theme that the Winds just played so beautifully? The most iconic of these themes, the best ones for the greatest characters, like Indiana Jones, has in the middle of their hero's theme a great big love theme as well. So I got to thinking about heroism, and I'm thinking about how it was tied into service. And our great region, Tidewater, is really known for its service. We've provided our country with great service for its entire history. Listen to the sound of those jets roaring overhead tonight, perhaps. Or the great shipbuilding that we've created to make our country great in our seas. And I also started thinking about the Tidewater Winds and the heritage that they're keeping alive with these outdoor concerts, the history that might have died out a century ago and that they've been bringing to us for 31 seasons. How many of you paid for your piece of grass there tonight? Exactly. Well, I thought these heroes have just about everything, except one thing. They need their own theme. And I thought, hey, I'm a composer. I can make that right. And so I'm going to join you out in the audience, and it is with my profound thanks and admiration to the great John Brewington, the apparently indefatigable John Brewington, and the mighty Tidewater Winds that I introduce their theme now, the Tidewater March.
The Tidewater March. I have a feeling we're going to be hearing a lot more of that in years to come. Wasn't that fantastic? I just think about the concerts you've gone to. How many times have you been able to thank the composer for writing a march like that? That's just amazing. Thank you, Chris.